Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually on the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you, and this is the House of Al Rehab. House of Al Rehab is another Middle Eastern perfume house from United Arab Emirates. They've been around for a while, at least for 30 years or maybe longer, and they are very famous for making perfume oils for very affordable prices, and they have a super extensive perfume lineup in their portfolio. Massive inventory, hundreds. Okay, I unboxed and reviewed maybe a couple of their fragrances before, and it was hit and miss. So when I saw this one in particular, it's called French Coffee 100ml Eau de Perfume. Usually they go with oil, but you know, in this channel I try to bring you fragrances that are easily accessible and also easy to use. Okay, oil are obviously, I love my oils, I love my attars, I love my oils, but they are very particular for particular people who enjoy applying oil on themselves. That applying oils, it's got a ritual in itself. It's got, you know, procedure, and if you are a working person, if you don't have time, you know, it is a bit cumbersome. So when I saw this, I have to get it and review it for you guys. So this one I paid for it under £30. United Kingdom you can find under £30 for 100ml Eau de Perfume. And they so without further ado, let's do this. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, you encourage me, you motivate me, you keep me bring you these fragrances in future to survive, to stay in this endeavor. Thank you very much for your support. Like, subscribe, which is free, comment, share this with others. All these things will help this channel to keep afloat, to keep surviving for the future videos. Thank you very much, and let's go. Sorry about the noise. When you do unboxing you can't do anything about it. So this one is, the color suggests quite a dark fragrance. So it says French Coffee Al Rehab 100ml Eau de Perfume. Quite a simple box, but it does the job perfectly, which is protecting the bottle. So this particular one comes in, I think, 3 variation: 100ml, 50ml, and also oil, which is a 6ml, I think. So the 100ml is under £30, the 50ml is under £20, and the oil is under £10. So it's a, you know, very affordable perfumes and fragrances. So let's see how it goes, and here we go. So you open it, quite a nice box, nothing to shout about, but it is protective. It's got 2 layers in it, and so the bottle is quite nice looking. The bottle, it looks like some sort of copper. So it is a coffee color. Obviously it is brownish, but it's brown to copper, you know, hue. And it says Al Rehab on it, and it says 80% volume, which means 20% oil in here. Quite a heavy bottle. The cap is plastic and it's quite a weight to it. It says Al Rehab on top. Yeah, it's a hard plastic, and the atomizer is golden, and here we go. Not a good not a good atomizer. Very lazy, very subdued. Anyway, so this is Al Rehab French Coffee. Let's see how it goes. This is targeted unisex, and whoa, it's so strong. Oh my goodness, it's filling the room already. Ooh, big coffee. Ooh, and it's very realistic. Oh my goodness. It's like you just basically either making a coffee and you're smelling it, or from the instant, or you're grinding some coffee and that smell of the coffee, which is very, very beautiful, especially if you're a coffee drinker. I'm not a big coffee drinker. I drink my coffee once a day in the morning and that's it. And also from time to time, if I fancy something outside, I get a coffee. But I'm not a huge coffee drinker. I'm a tea drinker more than coffee drinker. But I can appreciate this. It smells so realistic. Here we go. Very realistic coffee. So it's very realistic, and it's at the moment, it's like coffee is the majority of what you're smelling, and is very well done. So this is, if first and foremost, you not need to like your coffee to enjoy this, because almost there's nothing else apart from the coffee. Obviously there are other notes in here. For example, it's sweet, but the sweetness is on the moderate side. It's not too sweet at the moment for the first impression. I would say around 6 to 7 in terms of sweetness, but it goes very well with the coffee in here. So it's not one of those very, very sweet coffee like, say, the Turkish coffee or Arabic coffee, which they put so much sugar or honey or something like that in it. But the French coffee is more appropriate. It's got less sugar in it, and more like Italian coffee, I would say. So it smells to me is like Italian coffee, but it doesn't matter. It's coffee is coffee. So French coffee name is quite appropriate in here. So it smells like a coffee shop. It smells like a tea shop or coffee shop, or one of those you go to and you enjoy your coffee in there. Okay, so there's a caramelly feel to it as well in the background. I can smell something like caramel. I can smell something like a vanilla in here, but they are secondary to the coffee, at least for the first impression. So the coffee is dominant by the big chunk, and after that is the vanilla, and toffee, and after that is the vanilla, and also a hint of chocolatiness in here. The chocolate is more like a powdery chocolate rather than the drinking chocolate or eating a chocolate. So it's like a powdery chocolate. Overall, it's a little bit on the powdery side, but not too much. So a hint of powderiness, and it's coming from like a cacao, powdery chocolate in here as well. I'm smelling something nutty in here. Yeah, definitely something nutty, like a nutmeg, or maybe even like a hazelnut. So it's giving me the hazelnut impression. So hazelnutty coffee. So coffee is the biggest player right now in the first impression. When it opened up with a massive coffee. It's very, very realistic. Okay, it's like basically I have a cup of coffee in front of me. It's so realistic. So you need to like your very realistic coffee, otherwise it will put you off. If you're not a coffee drinker, if you're not a coffee lover, if you don't like coffee-based fragrances, this is definitely not for you. But if you're like me, you like your coffee. I like my coffee-based perfumes and fragrances, but I'm not a huge fan. But in here, they've done a very good job of being a very realistic one. Okay, so yeah, so in the base, I'm smelling something like a hint of burning. I'm not sure if the incense in here, a hint of burning, maybe when you are grounding your coffee, or you are roasting your coffee. It smells like that. It's like a roasting of the coffee, and also a little bit of cacao in here, hint of sugar as well, hint of sugariness to it, but not too much. Okay, let's see what they say in terms of the note breakdown. All right, here we go. Note breakdown for Rehab French coffee. So we have coffee, we have caramel, we have milk, we have vanilla, sugar, cacao, and cinnamon. Cinnamon is quite big in here as well. It is the hint of cinnamon, but the cinnamon is way in the back at the moment for the first impression, and that sweetness mainly coming from the vanilla and the caramel plus the cinnamon. So the cinnamon is quite big, and also what it's not mentioning is something nutty in here. I'm smelling at least something like a hazelnut, maybe nutmeg, or maybe even a tonka bean, which is not, they're not mentioning, because tonka bean sometimes they give that nutty coffee feel as well. Sometimes, you know, if you're mixing it with other notes and chords, sometimes you could do that. So it could be a tonka bean in here that they're not mentioning, but definitely a big coffee note in here, big coffee accord. Caramel, yes. After the coffee is the caramel. After the caramel is the vanilla. By you know, these are the biggest player, and after that is the sugar, is the cacao, is the cinnamon, and is nutty, is hazelnutty, is maybe the little bit of tonka bean in here as well. And also I feel something like a coconut for some reason, hint of coconutiness as well. I'm not sure if it's a coconut accord in here or not, but at least I'm getting that impression of it. Okay, so overall, this is for people who love their coffee based fragrance by far. Okay, so this is by far, well, at least for first impression, because this one might change later. So this is in the next video I'm going to report back to you how it smells, how it changes, and the longevity and things like that. But for now, for the first impression, this is what I'm getting. Okay, so what I'm getting is big coffee, yes. It's quite spicy, which is coming from the cinnamon mainly, and nutmeg maybe, and also a little bit of that hazelnutty feel. Maybe it's a tonka bean in here. It's a sweet, yes. The sweet is mainly coming from the vanilla and the toffee and the cinnamon, this combination. But it's not overly sweet. It's very well done. It's very well balanced with the coffee and the caramelly feeling here, and also the nuttiness of it and the spiciness of it. Vanilla and caramel are quite big after the coffee, or the big player in here. Hint of lactonicness, hint of milkiness, not too much, just a hint of it. And the powdery cacao, yes, it is quite powdery. So if you enjoy what I'm describing, or you like what I'm describing, this is a very well done perfume. For the price under £30, this is super. But with a huge but, and the big but is you need to like your coffee fragrance based coffee, perfume based coffee, because the coffee is here is massive and is almost taking over. So everything else is secondary, third, fourth, and blah blah blah. Okay, so coffee, yes. Caramel, yes. Vanilla, yes. Nutsy, yes. Cinnamony, yes. Cacao, powdery, hint of coconut in here. For some reason I'm getting some coconut. And also this one is like a hazelnut feel to it as well. So overall it's like a coffee shop smell. Okay, very realistic coffee shop smell, as the name suggests. French coffee, very realistic and very well done. So if the longevity is anything good, for the price and for what we're getting here, is absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget, I'm saying this because I like my coffee based perfumes, but this one in particular, it picked my, basically it made me happy. Again, I'm not a big coffee drinker. I like my coffees, but I'm not a huge coffee drinker. But for some reason, this one is resonating with me very much. I'm not sure if it's because it smells like a fresh grounded and roasted coffee or something in that vein. Okay. In terms of gender, this is doesn't have gender. If coffee shop doesn't have a gender, this one will have a gender. So no, it doesn't have gender. It's bang in the middle. Anybody can wear it. In terms of age, I would say 25 and up to be on the safe side. Although the DNA in here is quite friendly and is could be crowd pleasing and is quite gourmand, but I would say this is not for a young nose. And in terms of season, definitely for cooler weather. Do not wear this in the high heat because it will put you off and others, because it's so strong in terms of coffee smell in here. So very very good for cooler weather, for winter. The only thing is you have to go a little bit heavy on the trigger, because the trigger, the atomizer in here is pathetic. It just goes, doesn't put too much. So every 3 sprays you do with this one is like 1 spray, so you need to go a little bit generous with it. And in terms of the occasion, this is one of those versatile perfumes, so you can dress up, dress it down, casual, daytime, nighttime, special occasion, anything you want. It's very, very versatile in that term. Okay, guys, so that was the first impression for Rehab French coffee. If you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way, help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing, value for money, they smell great, and they are hidden gems. This looks like it is going to be a hidden gem. If you are interested to purchasing one of my own perfume, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. They are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in United Kingdom. They are ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money. They are very artistic, very unique, and I leave them in the link. Thank you very much as always, and I'll see you later. Bye, bye, bye.